Hi everyone, so my name's Kate Lindsay and I kind of took this as maybe a chance for you to see how myself, someone young in the renewable energy industry, sees my career going, what I've been doing and why I'm interested in this field. That's me with my two little third cousins. Their mother, Sheila Layden, operates about 12 wind farms in Ireland, and when I went there in 2014 I worked with them for about 3 weeks, and so I was able to actually visit some of the wind farms with my little cousins there. So my favourite subject so far in the renewable energy course has been a subject called Solar 5056, which is called Sustainable Energy for Developing Countries. And it's a combined course for the renewable energy engineering students, the photovoltaic engineering students and architecture students. And it's run in association with a charity called Raw Impact, which is operating in Cambodia. And what we do is we have teams broken up with some architects, some engineers in each team, and you're given a project which will then be built in real life. So we were given this primary school in a village called Krankalua, just south of Phnom Penh, and we had to design the building for, I think it was about 100 students, and include all the energy and the sanitation systems and how it will be incorporated into the building. You can just see the downpipes of the rainwater system that then got pumped in, and we also had a biodigester and fans, and also we decided to have solar panels incorporated into the building because all of the families have mobile phones but they don't have anywhere to charge them. So they all have to go up to the local shop. So if it's located in the school, then it creates more of a community within the school. So as part of that, but not part of that, there's the opportunity to go on the trip to actually build the building that we designed in class. And so I went on this trip, and that's Richard from my group. And the design that they built was actually the design we worked on in class, which was pretty amazing. So we went with the theme of a kite, as the Khmer Rouge actually banned the Khmer Kite Festival, and so they're trying to bring back all their culture, so trying to bring back the symbolism of the kite was really important. And on the last day after we finished building the school in 4 days, we got to sleep inside the school for the night, and we partied with the villagers and got to eat with them, and it was really, really worthwhile. Not everyone from our class went. There was only about 5 of us from our actual university class. The rest of the people were just people who were interested in undertaking some kind of building project, people from the building industry, people from all walks of life, musicians, and yeah. So at the moment, I'm currently in 4th year. I have 1.5 years to go because I'm combined with commerce. And part of my degree is to take an honours thesis. And for my thesis, I decided to combine my work, where I do industrial training at Solar Store down in Circular Quay, and use their technology and sort of help them do what they need to do as well. So I'll just give you a rundown on how their technology works. So Solar Store is part of a broader company called GSB, which was founded to exploit the thermal properties of graphite for storing energy. So originally what they wanted to do was get electricity at times of low price, convert it into thermal energy, store it in the graphite, lose about 7% over a 24-hour period, and then export it back to the grid at times of high price. But when they realised that just down the road at their site in Cooma they were developing heliostats, they decided it's much more worthwhile to actually use the heliostats to heat the graphite rather than convert electricity in a useful form back into heat, which is a non-useful form. So basically they have 94 heliostats required to heat about 16 tonne of graphite sitting at the top of a 25-metre tower. And this is quite unusual, and it's similar to what James would have spoken to you about from Vast Solar, because solar thermal technology, concentrating solar thermal technology, is usually quite tall towers, about 40 stories high, maybe about 10. They're currently trying to develop 30 megawatt modules in the US and in Spain. And so what you do when you require electricity, they pump water up to the top of the tower and pipe it through the graphite and back down and then through a steam turbine. So this is also different from the current technologies because they use water instead of molten salt, and that has its drawbacks and its benefits. So why I'm trying to investigate this is because to compete with the really big solar thermal, that one's Ivan Part in the US, they're going to have a lot more of the modular towers. So plumbing from those modular towers to the centralized turbine is going to incur a lot of losses for them. And I want to work out how big are the losses, is it worthwhile, what is the maximum distance that you're going to travel before it becomes not worthwhile to actually send steam that way. So I'm going to optimize 300 towers, which is the number of towers they plan to use for a project in Port Augusta next year. So these are the situations I hope to model. So firstly, with a 50 megawatt turbine, which is about what 300 towers adds up to, or two 25 megawatt turbines, and whether a grid layout or a radial layout is better due to losses, but we'll have to see. I'm yet to do the modelling stages of my thesis. The way thesis works is over 2 semesters, so I've finished my literature review thesis A, I have the summer holidays to work on it as well, and then I hand in May next year. So in the future, I hope to go back and do some more volunteering with Raw Impact. I'm not sure, but I'd like to probably volunteer for about 6 to 12 months with them. And then I'd like to maybe work overseas, get a little bit more experience in what's happening in markets over there, especially places like Norway and Denmark and Ireland as well, where they have really high percentages of renewables, and see how that impacts their market. Because when I was there, I didn't really have that interest. I was only 19, as the song says. And then generally I have a desire to use my creative side and my artistic side to try and educate wider society, and I feel like there's probably some interesting ways to do that, but I'm yet to learn what that is. And I guess I'm inspired by people like David Attenborough and also Mr. Smith, what's his name, Dick Smith, who always give talks and use their personality and use the attention that they can draw to raise such issues. And hopefully sometime in there I'll be able to fit in some speaking and talking to people, because I really enjoy that.